Success is not an accident. It's not something that happens to a few lucky people while the rest of the world watches. Success is engineered. It is designed deliberately, step by step, with intention, clarity, and persistence. The first step in this journey is understanding where you want to go. Most people confuse activity with progress. They fill their days with tasks, meetings, emails, and distractions, thinking that being busy equals being successful. But true progress comes from clarity. Clarity about your purpose, your vision, and your ultimate destination. Without this clarity, every step you take is just wandering. Once you have a clear vision, the next step is breaking it down into achievable milestones. Large goals can feel overwhelming, and overwhelm leads to inaction. By breaking a big goal into smaller, tangible steps, you create a roadmap. Each milestone becomes a mini success, a building block that brings momentum, confidence, and energy. These are the stepping stones that transform an abstract dream into a series of actionable steps. But knowing what to do is not enough. Execution is where most people stumble. Execution requires discipline and routine. You must create a system that supports progress every single day. Small, consistent actions compound over time. The person who consistently invests an hour a day in learning a new skill or building a project will, in a year, be miles ahead of someone who waits for the perfect moment to start. Discipline is the engine that powers the journey from intention to achievement. Along the way, obstacles are inevitable. Every path to success has setbacks, failures, and doubts. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is their response to adversity. Engineering your success means anticipating challenges and designing strategies to overcome them. Resilience is not innate, it is developed. When you face failure, analyze it, learn from it, and adapt your plan. Each failure is feedback, a necessary signal that guides your next step. Finally, surround yourself with the right environment. Success is rarely built in isolation. The people around you, the resources you access, and the habits you adopt all influence the trajectory of your progress. Seek mentors, peers, and communities that inspire growth, provide accountability, and challenge you to stretch beyond your comfort zone. Your environment is the ecosystem in which your success either thrives or withers. Engineering success is a methodical process. It is clarity followed by planning, action, resilience, and the right support. There are no shortcuts, but there is a repeatable formula. Understand it, apply it, and over time, your vision will no longer be a dream. It will be your reality. 5 keynotes of the speech, clarity of vision. Define exactly what success looks like to you before taking any action. Break goals into milestones. Transform overwhelming goals into manageable, actionable steps. Discipline and consistency. Small daily actions compound to create extraordinary outcomes. Resilience through setbacks, view failures as feedback, and adapt your approach accordingly. Supportive environment, surround yourself with people, resources, and habits that nurture growth. Clarity of vision is the foundation upon which all success is built. Without a clear understanding of what you truly want to achieve, your efforts risk being scattered, inconsistent, and ultimately ineffective. Many people confuse activity with progress, assuming that if they are constantly moving, they are moving toward their goals. The truth is, motion without direction is just busy work. To engineer your success, you must first pause and define what success actually means to you. It is not enough to adopt someone else's definition of success, to chase what society, peers, or even family tells you is desirable. True clarity comes from introspection, from asking yourself the hard questions about your purpose, your values, and your ultimate goals. This is not an exercise in wishful thinking. It is a deliberate and honest assessment of what will bring fulfillment, impact, and growth into your life. When you define your vision, it acts as a compass, guiding every decision you make and every action you take. Imagine trying to navigate through a dense forest without a map or a sense of direction. You could walk for hours, even days, yet remain lost, exhausted, and frustrated. Your vision functions like a map, providing orientation and helping you prioritize where to invest your time, energy, and resources. It allows you to distinguish between opportunities that align with your long-term goals and distractions that might seem appealing in the short term, but ultimately derail your progress. Without this clarity, even the most disciplined efforts can fail to produce meaningful results because they lack alignment with your true objectives. Defining your vision requires precision and specificity. Vague statements like, I want to be successful or I want to be happy are insufficient. Success is multidimensional, encompassing your personal growth, professional achievements, relationships, health, and contribution to society. Therefore, a clear vision should articulate the exact outcomes you desire in each of these areas. What does success look like in your career? How do you want to grow as a person? What kind of relationships and community do you want to cultivate? How will you measure your impact? When you answer these questions with specificity, you create a mental image that is vivid, tangible, and motivating. This mental image acts as a constant reminder of where you are headed and why your journey matters, keeping you focused even when obstacles arise. Clarity of vision also enhances your decision-making. Every choice you make, no matter how small, should be evaluated against your vision. When your vision is clear, you can ask yourself, does this move me closer to my goal or does it distract me from it? This approach eliminates confusion, reduces wasted effort, and builds consistency in your actions. It also fosters confidence because when your vision is well defined, you know why you are doing what you are doing, even when progress is slow or the path seems uncertain. Clarity instills a sense of purpose, which is a powerful motivator stronger than any external reward or recognition. Finally, clarity of vision is not static. It evolves as you grow, learn, and experience new challenges. As you gain more insight into your strengths, weaknesses, and passions, your vision may become more refined, more ambitious, or more aligned with who you are becoming. This evolution is natural and necessary. The key is to remain intentional, continuously revisiting and recalibrating your vision to ensure it reflects your true priorities. By committing to clarity, you lay the groundwork for focused effort, informed decision-making, and sustainable growth. It transforms your goals from vague ideas into concrete targets, and it transforms your actions from random efforts into deliberate steps toward achieving extraordinary results. Once you have a clear vision of where you want to go, the next critical step in engineering your success is breaking that vision into manageable milestones. Big goals can feel intimidating, almost paralyzing, because our minds naturally focus on the enormity of the task rather than the steps required to achieve it. When a goal seems unreachable, it is easy to procrastinate, make excuses, or simply give up before you even start. The process of breaking your goals into smaller, tangible milestones transforms an overwhelming objective into a series of achievable steps. Each milestone becomes a mini success, a checkpoint that allows you to measure progress, celebrate achievements, and maintain momentum toward your larger vision. This approach not only makes the goal more approachable, but also strengthens your confidence because it proves to yourself that you are capable of making consistent forward movement. Milestones are more than just arbitrary markers along the path. They provide structure and clarity for your actions. A large goal, such as launching a successful business, writing a book, or mastering a new skill, can be abstract if you only focus on the final outcome. Breaking it down allows you to identify the specific actions, resources, and timelines needed to move from one point to the next. This step-by-step approach helps to create a roadmap for execution. When you know the exact steps required to reach the next milestone, you are less likely to feel lost or distracted. You can prioritize your daily activities, allocate resources efficiently, and focus your energy on what truly matters. This structure is essential because it turns vague aspirations into concrete, actionable plans that guide your behavior in a purposeful way. Another important aspect of milestones is that they provide opportunities for reflection and learning. Each small achievement is a chance to evaluate what is working and what is not. You can examine your strategies, adjust your approach, and refine your techniques before moving on to the next milestone. Without these smaller checkpoints, mistakes can accumulate unnoticed, leading to frustration and wasted effort. By integrating regular assessments into your milestones, you create a feedback loop that accelerates growth and ensures that your progress is aligned with your ultimate vision. Each milestone becomes not only a step toward success, but also a lesson in resilience, adaptability, and strategic thinking. Breaking goals into milestones also helps to maintain motivation over time. Big goals often require long-term commitment, and it is easy to lose sight of the end result when the journey is extended. Milestones act as psychological markers that allow you to experience a sense of accomplishment along the way. Celebrating these small wins reinforces positive behavior, strengthens your commitment, and builds momentum that carries you through the more challenging phases of your journey. Momentum is a critical factor in success. It turns effort into habit and habit into progress. The more consistently you reach your milestones, the more confident you become in your ability to achieve your ultimate goals. Finally, milestones create accountability. When goals are broken down into smaller steps with specific timelines, you can track progress objectively. This accountability can come from self-monitoring, sharing your milestones with mentors or peers, or establishing systems that reward completion. Knowing that each milestone has tangible criteria encourages focus and discourages complacency. It ensures that your actions are deliberate and measured rather than sporadic and reactive. By engineering your goals in this way, you reduce uncertainty, clarify expectations, and create a repeatable process that can be applied to any objective, no matter how ambitious. Having a clear vision and breaking it into milestones is essential, but without discipline and consistency, even the best laid plans will remain ideas on paper. Discipline is the engine that converts intention into action. It is the ability to show up every day, even when motivation wanes, when obstacles appear, or when the outcome is not immediately visible. Many people wait for the perfect moment or rely on bursts of inspiration to achieve their goals, but success is rarely born from sporadic effort. It is forged in the daily commitment to take deliberate steps, no matter how small, toward your objectives. Consistency is what transforms isolated efforts into measurable progress. It turns fleeting enthusiasm into long-term momentum. Without it, even the most ambitious plans will falter. Discipline begins with establishing routines and systems that support your goals. It is not about being rigid or inflexible. It is about designing your environment and habits to make the right actions the default choice. For example, if your goal is to improve a skill, discipline means allocating a specific time each day to practice, removing distractions, and holding yourself accountable to that schedule. Consistency comes from honoring these commitments daily, even when it feels inconvenient or challenging. Over time, these small, repeated actions accumulate, creating significant progress that would not be possible through occasional effort alone. This compounding effect is the secret behind extraordinary achievements. What may seem like a trivial daily action can, over months and years, transform your life in ways that are almost imperceptible in the moment. One of the challenges with discipline is that it often requires delaying gratification. Humans are wired to seek immediate rewards, but meaningful success usually demands sustained effort before results become visible. Discipline is the ability to focus on long-term outcomes rather than short-term comfort. It is resisting distractions that promise temporary satisfaction but derail your progress. Consistency reinforces this principle because each day of committed effort strengthens your self-control and solidifies the habits necessary for success. As you repeatedly choose action over procrastination, persistence over ease, you develop a mindset that naturally prioritizes progress over instant reward. This mindset becomes the foundation upon which all future achievements are built. Discipline and consistency also provide stability in the face of uncertainty. Goals, especially ambitious ones, often involve challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. When progress feels slow or invisible, it is easy to question your efforts or abandon your plans altogether. Discipline ensures that you continue moving forward even when external validation or immediate results are lacking. Consistency provides a rhythm, a dependable pattern of action that becomes a source of confidence. It reminds you that even when circumstances fluctuate, your commitment to the process remains unwavering. This combination of discipline and consistency creates resilience, enabling you to navigate obstacles without losing focus or momentum. Another key aspect is the mental framework discipline cultivates. When you practice consistent effort, you are training not just your actions, but your mindset. You learn to value progress over perfection, effort over results, and persistence over convenience. This mindset helps you approach challenges strategically, breaking problems into manageable parts and systematically working through them. It also reduces the tendency to compare yourself to others because you are focused on your own daily commitments and long-term trajectory. Consistency reinforces a sense of personal responsibility, where you recognize that your results are a direct outcome of your actions rather than luck, circumstance, or external approval. Finally, discipline and consistency are what allow milestones and visions to become reality. Without these qualities, even the clearest goals and most carefully designed plans can falter. By committing to discipline, consistent action, you transform abstract ambitions into tangible progress. You create momentum, build habits, and develop resilience that compounds over time. Every day of showing up, doing the work, and honoring your commitments is a step toward the success you have envisioned. Over weeks, months, and years, these steps accumulate, transforming potential into achievement, dreams into reality, and effort into extraordinary results. Resilience is the critical factor that separates those who achieve their goals from those who abandon them when challenges arise. Every path to success is inevitably filled with setbacks, failures, and unexpected obstacles. No matter how well you plan, how disciplined you are, or how clear your vision might be, difficulties will appear. The ability to respond effectively to these challenges is what determines whether you continue moving forward or get derailed. Resilience is not simply enduring hardship, it is the capacity to adapt, learn, and grow stronger in the face of adversity. It is the skill that allows you to turn obstacles into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and failures into stepping stones toward your ultimate goals. Understanding that setbacks are a natural and essential part of the journey is the first step in cultivating resilience. Many people view failure as a reflection of their inadequacy or as a signal that they should quit. This perspective is not only discouraging, it is fundamentally flawed. Failure is a source of feedback, a mirror that reveals gaps in knowledge, preparation, or execution. When approached correctly, every challenge contains valuable information that can guide your next action. By reframing setbacks as learning opportunities rather than personal shortcomings, you shift from a mindset of defeat to one of growth. This shift in perspective is what allows resilient individuals to persevere when others would give up. Resilience also requires emotional regulation. Setbacks often trigger frustration, disappointment, and even fear, emotions that can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive decisions. The resilient individual learns to acknowledge these emotions without being controlled by them. Instead of reacting impulsively or abandoning the goal, they pause, assess the situation, and respond strategically. This ability to remain composed under pressure is cultivated through self-awareness and practice. It allows you to maintain focus on long-term objectives rather than being derailed by temporary discomfort. Emotional control ensures that your actions remain aligned with your vision, even in the face of unexpected challenges. Another essential element of resilience is problem solving and adaptability. Challenges often require new approaches, creative thinking, and the willingness to adjust plans. When a particular strategy fails, resilience is demonstrated not by stubbornly repeating the same action, but by analyzing what went wrong and making informed adjustments. This iterative process, testing, learning, and refining, builds confidence and competence over time. The more you engage in this process, the more resilient you become because you learn that failure is not a dead end, but a guidepost pointing toward better strategies. Resilience, in this sense, is both a mindset and a skill, developed through repeated exposure to challenges and the commitment to persevere. Support systems also play a vital role in building resilience. While personal determination is crucial, no one achieves great success entirely alone. Resilient individuals seek advice, mentorship, and encouragement from others who have faced similar challenges. They create networks that provide accountability, guidance, and perspective, helping them navigate difficulties more effectively. These connections do not remove the obstacles, but they offer tools, insights, and encouragement that make it easier to overcome them. Resilience is strengthened when you recognize that seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a strategic approach to problem solving. Finally, resilience is reinforced through reflection and gratitude. Every challenge overcome and every lesson learned strengthens your ability to handle future obstacles. Reflecting on past setbacks allows you to recognize the progress you have made and the skills you have developed. Gratitude for the lessons embedded in difficult experiences shifts your focus from loss or frustration to growth and opportunity. This mindset fuels perseverance, increases confidence, and instills a long-term commitment to your vision, regardless of temporary setbacks. By embracing resilience, you ensure that obstacles become part of your journey rather than barriers to it, allowing you to continue moving steadily toward the success you are engineering. The environment you surround yourself with plays a critical role in determining the trajectory of your success. Every decision you make, every habit you develop, and every action you take is influenced, often subconsciously, by the people, resources, and circumstances around you. A supportive environment acts as a catalyst, amplifying your efforts and enabling you to progress faster, while a negative or unsupportive environment can erode motivation, drain energy, and slow or even derail your journey. To engineer success effectively, it is essential to be intentional about the ecosystem in which you operate, because success is rarely achieved in isolation. One of the most powerful elements of a supportive environment is the presence of people who inspire, challenge, and hold you accountable. These are mentors, peers, colleagues, and friends who share your commitment to growth and excellence. They provide guidance when you are uncertain, feedback when your approach requires adjustment, and encouragement when obstacles make progress difficult. Being around individuals who have achieved what you aspire to accomplish allows you to learn from their experiences, avoid common mistakes, and adopt strategies that have been proven to work. At the same time, interacting with peers who are equally motivated creates a sense of healthy competition and collective momentum, pushing you to elevate your performance and maintain consistency in your efforts. In addition to people, a supportive environment includes the systems, tools, and resources that make success achievable. This might involve access to information, educational opportunities, technology, or financial resources that help bridge the gap between intention and execution. By deliberately shaping your environment to include these assets, you reduce friction in your journey and make it easier to act on your goals. For example, if your goal is to improve physical fitness, having a well-equipped space, a structured training plan, and access to knowledgeable trainers creates conditions that naturally support your progress. The environment is not just a backdrop, it is an active participant in your journey toward success, either enabling or hindering your ability to achieve it. Habits and routines within your environment are equally influential. Humans are creatures of habit, and our surroundings heavily influence our daily behaviors. Being in an environment that reinforces productive habits makes it easier to sustain disciplined action, while a chaotic or unsupportive setting encourages procrastination, distraction, and inconsistency. Small changes to your surroundings, organizing your workspace, minimizing distractions, creating visual reminders of your goals, and establishing rituals that reinforce your priorities can have a profound impact on your ability to maintain focus and momentum. Over time, these environmental cues become automatic triggers for positive behavior, reducing the reliance on willpower alone. Another key component is emotional and psychological support. The journey toward meaningful goals is rarely smooth, and setbacks, stress, and self-doubt are inevitable. Being in an environment that provides encouragement, empathy, and constructive feedback helps you navigate challenges without losing focus or confidence. Supportive individuals and communities reinforce resilience by reminding you of your purpose, celebrating your progress, and helping you reframe failures as opportunities to learn. This emotional scaffolding strengthens motivation and keeps you moving forward even when the path becomes difficult or uncertain. Finally, cultivating a supportive environment requires intentionality and discernment. Not every relationship, resource, or habit contributes positively to your success. It is essential to evaluate and adjust your surroundings regularly, removing influences that drain energy or distract from your objectives, and actively seeking out those that nurture growth. This intentional curation of your environment is a strategic decision, not a passive outcome. By surrounding yourself with the right people, resources, and habits, you create a fertile ecosystem where success is more likely to thrive. The environment you design becomes a partner in your journey, magnifying the impact of your efforts and making the process of engineering your success not only possible, but sustainable. Engineering your success is not a matter of luck or chance. It is a deliberate process that requires clarity, planning, consistent effort, resilience, and a supportive environment. It begins with defining a clear vision, knowing exactly where you want to go, and understanding what success means to you personally. From there, breaking that vision into tangible milestones allows you to move forward with focus, measuring progress, and maintaining momentum. Discipline and consistency transform these plans into action, ensuring that even small daily efforts accumulate into extraordinary results over time. Along the journey, setbacks are inevitable, but resilience turns challenges into learning opportunities and strengthens your ability to persevere. Finally, The environment you cultivate, the people, resources, habits, and systems around you either amplifies your progress or hinders it, making it crucial to surround yourself with support that nurtures growth. When you integrate all of these elements, success becomes not a distant dream, but a structured, achievable reality. Every decision you make, every action you take, and every habit you form contributes to the life you are designing. By being intentional, disciplined, adaptable, and mindful of your surroundings, you are no longer at the mercy of circumstance. You are the engineer of your own journey. The steps may be deliberate and sometimes challenging, but they are within your control, and with persistent effort, every milestone you reach brings you closer to the vision you have defined. Success, then, is not an accident. It is the natural outcome of applying these principles consistently, thoughtfully, and courageously every single day.